Do we have some good news now that we talked about sad satellites and stuff?
Oh, sad.
I could talk about a new space plane.
Yes, you can. That's always good
enough.
news.
How about I talk about a new space plane? So, as I cue this up, I just want to say I don't know why everybody keeps telling me that I need to get an ad blocker on my browser here.
I don't know why either. I don't see what your problem is. This looks like a totally normal.
Home Depot's website is pretty cool.
This is a very easy article to read.
Oh, that is very
I think
ridiculous.
Space.com. You want to actually put some articles on your website instead of...
How about some articles with those ads?
Jeez.
Wow.
And then there's this dude that's just like staring into my soul as I'm trying to read the article.
Like low rent Dak Shepard right there.
Jeebus. All right. So anyway, Dream Chaser
That's what his name is.
from Sierra Nevada.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to say Sierra Nevada or Sierra Nevada.
Sierra Nevada.
There you go.
Anyway,
Just
if you don't know what the Dream
Chaser
Chaser is, it's kind of like a mini space shuttle.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried to get on with the commercial crew program, which is what Boeing and SpaceX are doing with the Dragon and the Starliner. I didn't brain fart that. Go for me. Anyway, they didn't quite get picked for that, but they did get picked for the second round of the crew. I'm sorry, the cargo. The cargo thing. Yeah. So anyway, it's pretty cool. It's like a little space shuttle. You can put it... Is there a picture down here of it in a fairing somewhere? No. Anyway, it kind of fits inside a fairing just like a regular payload, and it goes up, docks with the space station, unloads its cargo, comes back down, lands like a plane. And it's reusable, and it's really cool. I'm really excited about this.
Definitely.
But anyway, they picked a name for the first one, and it's Tenacity.
Sweet.
Not Tenacity. Tenacity.
Oh, cool. Tennessee.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
But I thought that was worth talking about. I'm a fan of Sierra Nevada. I want to see them get this thing off the ground. I think it's really cool.
Definitely. I really wish, I wish it would have fit inside of a Falcon 9 fairing, just because I just think that'd be really cool to have a reusable booster and then a space plane landing and everything. Like, it just would have been a cool combination to see.
Yeah, totally.
More reusability, but yeah, it'll be flying on the Atlas V and Vulcan eventually, I think. But at first, Atlas V, right?
So right here, anyway, it says Tenacity is scheduled to launch for the first time in late 2021 aboard a United Launch Alliance Vulcan Centaur rocket.
Vulcan already. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess they're starting with that
one.
Oh, so maybe. Oh, there you go. So you can see it in the fairing in that little video right there.
Yes.
So it just folds up into that thing, and then once it gets into space, the wings fly out or fold out, and yeah. And they had there's a picture of the unboxing of the wings. It's an unboxing video, y'all.
Yeah, that's a heck of an unboxing video.
IKEA
but they're calling it a... Say what?
It's an IKEA hack.
Oh. Yeah, you can probably... They're wings with 3 eyes in the middle of it. And a K.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, yeah. IKEA, yeah.
So Kimberly Schwant... God, that's a great name. Their communications director called it an SUV for space, a space utility vehicle.
Sweet. Seems about right. It's a big.
She's got dad jokes. Vehicle. I love it.
But anyway, yeah, that's the Tenacity.
Gosh, can you imagine though? Okay, so I'm a big fan of it landing on land. It just seems like that just makes a lot of sense. They can land it. It's pretty small, way smaller runways than the shuttle can. The shuttle took like a 5-kilometer long runway or something to land on. So there's literally only 3 places in the world the shuttle could land, or something ridiculous. It took a lot of runway space. This can land at any commercial landing strip if necessary. But I just thought that was always cool. I really wish it could land. I wish you didn't need a fairing on it, but it does need a fairing because of those wings and the little. It's got a service module on the back and other things that just aren't aerodynamically safe for ascent. But otherwise, that'd be so cool to see it on a Falcon 9. I just feel like. Yeah.
Well, because it is so reusable, to have a second stage or a part of a second stage that's reusable, that would be cool. It does have this here. I didn't know about this before I read this article. There's so it said the Dream Chaser can carry roughly 2,000 pounds, 900 kilograms of supplies and cargo, but there's a 16-foot tall cargo module called the Shooting Star that can be attached to the space plane and provide an additional 10,000 pounds or 4,500 kilograms of carrying capacity. And then it says once the cargo's, so it's basically, it picks up the trash from the space station. And then as it's re-entering Earth's atmosphere, the shooting star detaches and just burns up in the atmosphere.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Dragon.
like
Dragon capsule has the Dragon and then the trunk. And the trunk is also used as a, as a trash chute basically as well, since it gets discarded. Yeah. So it obviously has down mass capabilities. And the good thing too is a vehicle like this, they could do, because it re-enters, gradually and stays up in the upper atmosphere longer, has very low peak Gs, or lower, not very low, but likely lower peak Gs than say even the Dragon capsule. They can bring back even more sensitive instrumentation or experiments, experiments that were like, we can't have this get crushed or something, and they could ride in that I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, it said at the end or somewhere in there, it said that the fuel that it uses is very, very safe or something. It says relatively safe propellant. Technicians can approach it quickly after landing. So they can, so these science instruments that can't just sit there all day long, they can go up there and grab them real quick and get
more
them
of
where
a green hydrazine or a green, because that's one of the big things people are they call it green, not necessarily like green as in like the EV world, green. Yeah, or green that way, yeah. But it's more in the idea that it's not as toxic, is becoming a big pursuit for these hypergolic propellants. Yeah.
So people are in this thing?
Not yet.
No, they will though. That'll be.
I think they want to eventually, but right now they've been selected for the cargo missions.
Yeah, they were trying to do what SpaceX and Boeing are doing right now. Well, SpaceX has done. Boeing is supposed to be doing. Yeah, like Joe said, but they did win that contract. But they got close, I thought, pretty close. Yeah.
So it's a space plane for not people.
Yeah.
For now.
It's definitely meant to have people in it someday. That's definitely, okay. I don't think they've given up on it, for
And the point is that it lands on its own back on Earth. And that's the cool thing about it?
And it's reusable.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
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 It's tenacious.
That's a good point. I don't know how it actually would be used for people with no abort system. Especially if it's inside of a fairing.
That sounds like some other star
if you were
ship I know.
Well, if you were in the Dream Chaser inside a fairing,
yeah,
has that ever been done before?
That's
kind of weird.
Well, actually, Soyuz, you're inside of a fairing.
That was my first thought. I'm like, who the hell is going to be inside of a fairing inside of a ship? That seems odd. Like, how do you even get in there?
Well, Soyuz.
Actually, it's good.
When you ride a Soyuz, you're inside of a fairing, inside of your capsule. Your capsule is inside of a fairing. Have you ever noticed that?
That's not just a launch abort system on top?
It's attached to the fairing. The launch abort system is attached to the fairing on Soyuz.
Huh.
So hang on, let's Soyuz launch. Hang on, I'll just show you a picture of a Soyuz because it's
rabbit hole.
Yeah. Talking about rabbit holes.
But no, like the whole time I'm just assuming people are going to be in it, and then that dawned on me like inside of the thing, inside of the fairing. That just seems odd. Maybe
that would be a challenge, I guess.
Yeah. It just seems because then I just keep thinking, why does it need to be a plane that lands? Because I feel like if it's just for cargo, we already have kind of these things, don't we?
Right. Yeah, we do. It's just a different idea, It has some pros and cons, the
we don't need different ideas here. We need sameness. Everyone go buy an iPhone and drink Starbucks.
God. Let me just show you guys what it
drink an iPhone.
Let's see. I'm trying to find like the crew fairing module. Yeah, so this is a great picture of it here because this is one of those things like I never knew how do you actually get inside the Soyuz? Like they load you up. This is the fairing. Oh. So inside that fairing is that capsule. Isn't that crazy?
So it's got like a little door in the side of the fairing.
Yeah.
And then there's a door in the capsule.
Then there's a door in the capsule. So here's the capsule getting loaded inside of the fairing.
It's a Russian doll of
space. I don't guess I ever realized that.
Isn't that weird? I know when it just took me like, I think I noticed when they had that abort in 2018. That's the first time I thought about like, hold on, wait a minute. Because
what just happened?
The weirder thing is that they have the launch abort tower and they have the launch abort motors on the fairing. That's what made me think about it. Is like they have these 4 motors. So the crazy thing is they actually get rid of the tower before booster separation, before those 4 boosters go flying off, they get rid of the tower like 10 seconds before that. And it seems like to me, that's when you'd want that tower more than anything. Like, why? What? So they get rid of that.
Grid fin?
And then after that, and they have grid fins.
When did this start happening?
Always.
What, am I a moron? Where is Russia? What is Earth?
Isn't that insane? There's always been grid fins on the freaking Soyuz capsule.
But why? It doesn't come back down to Earth.
No, it's because on ascent, if you light up the abort system, those grid fins pop down to make it aerodynamically stable. Because otherwise, it's going to want to flip around because it's so heavy down there. So what that does is puts the center of pressure or center of lift behind the center of mass.
Wow. Okay.
So that it wants to go in the pointy end up, flamey end down situation, and not spin around out of control. Isn't that wild though? Like,
that is wild. I need to. I've been saying I'm going to do a video on Roscosmos for a long time, and I need to kind of just do it.
Let's
clearly
both do
I have
one.
a lot to learn.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I'm like intimidated because there's so many things that I'm just like I feel so far behind on it because
and the history is so deep
and confusing with like interchangeable back and forths and family. I've been working on a family tree video for a long time about the Russian family, like the family tree of Russian engines. Oh, now that's confusing.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
That'd be like a 3-hour video of yours.
Yeah.
You guys just thought my videos were long.
Yeah. So there we go. That was a fun news story. Good news.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this clip from our show. If that's just not enough for you and you want to watch the full episode, you can go to olfpod.com/YT.
And if you want more from us, you can consider becoming a Patreon member. You'll get early access to episodes. You can join our awesome community. You can actually watch us record live and get your name in the credits by going to olfpod.com/Patreon.
So thanks everyone for watching. Check back every Friday for new clips here and new episodes on the main channel.
Thanks everybody.